All right, welcome to The Explainer. So, you want to grow mushrooms at home, but you think you need a sterile lab and all this expensive equipment? Forget all that. Today, we are diving into the simple bucket method that lets you grow professional grade oyster mushrooms pretty much anywhere. I'm going to show you how to get predictable, amazing harvests every single time. And this isn't some niche hobbyist trick. Nope. This is a secret straight from the pros. We're talking about a super simple, incredibly low-cost method that delivers gourmet mushrooms with a consistency that is just unbelievable. It basically turns your garage into a mini mushroom farm. Okay, let's get into it. I'm going to walk you through step-by-step how to build your very first high-yield mushroom bucket. This is the foundation, right? Get this part down, and you're going to be getting massive harvests with hardly any effort. So, these holes, you might think they're just holes, but they are absolutely crucial. They're what lets the mycelium breathe, and more importantly, they provide the perfect little doorways for huge clusters of mushrooms to burst out of. For your first grow, you've basically got two fantastic choices for the mushroom's food, or what we call the substrate. Aspen chips are so beginner-friendly because they're just super clean. Straw can give you even bigger yields, but I'm telling you, you'll be finding little bits of it everywhere for weeks. Now, this is a really important idea, pasteurization. We're not aiming for total hospital-grade sterilization here, okay? All we're doing is knocking back the competition, the molds, the other bacteria, just enough to give our mushroom culture a massive, unfair advantage. And would you look at how simple this is? You don't need any special equipment. A simple hot water bath is all it takes to wipe out most of the contaminants and, at the same time, perfectly hydrate your substrate for the mycelium to just take off. Think of this part exactly like making a lasagna. You're layering your mushroom seed, we call that spawn, with the substrate. This gives the mycelium dozens of little starting points, so it can just race through the bucket and colonize the whole thing incredibly fast. And now for the easiest part. You just wait. Seriously, snap the lid on, stick the bucket in a dark, out-of-the-way spot, a closet, your garage, wherever, and in about 2 weeks, that bucket is going to be one solid white block of mycelium just ready to explode with mushrooms. All right, so you've got the basics down. Now let's level up. We're going to get into the secrets that the commercial growers use to get those truly massive, really predictable harvests. The food you choose for your mushrooms is the single biggest factor that's going to affect your yield. I mean, this chart says it all. Fungi need nitrogen to build protein. So by adding a nitrogen source like soy hulls to create what we call master's mix, you're basically putting your mushrooms on a high-protein diet. It turbocharges the whole process, and you get way bigger harvests. Okay, here's a real commercial secret. Instead of messing with all that boiling water, which when you're doing a lot uses a ton of energy and time, a lot of big farms use this simple chemical hack. It's cheaper, it's easier, and honestly, it's even better at preventing mold. The magic number is a pH of 12.5. You just soak your straw in a cold water bath that you've adjusted to this high alkaline level with hydrated lime. What you're doing is creating an environment where all those common mold spores just can't even germinate. But your mushroom mycelium, it can handle it just fine. It's an amazing trick. Okay, this next tip is absolutely mind-blowing, especially for those of us growing in the winter when the garden's asleep and we're not getting a lot of sun. This is a true biohack for your food. That's right. Just like our skin makes vitamin D when we're out in the sun, mushrooms do the exact same thing. By putting them under a simple grow light for just a few hours, you can dramatically boost their nutritional value. You're not just growing food anymore, you're growing your own personalized vitamin supplements. So once you've biohacked the nutrition, you have to nail the environment, or you won't get a harvest at all. And the single most critical factor is humidity. When those tiny baby mushrooms, we call them pins, first show up, they are so vulnerable. You've got to keep the humidity high, right around 85%, or they'll just dry out. You have to remember, oyster mushrooms are super sensitive to carbon dioxide. If your mushrooms have these long, skinny stems and tiny little caps, they're basically suffocating. They are literally stretching out, desperate to find fresh air. Good airflow is the key to getting those big, dense, heavy clusters we all want. Look, every single grower, even the pros, runs into problems. It's just part of the process. So let's go over the most common issues and how to fix them, and then I'll reveal the ultimate secret for what to do with your bucket after you're done harvesting. This is, without a doubt, the number one question beginners ask. You see these beautiful little baby mushrooms starting to form, and then they just stop. They wither. Don't panic. The answer is almost always one of three very simple things. Here's your go-to checklist. First, if the little pins look dry or shriveled, they're thirsty. They need more humidity. Try misting them with water a few times a day. Second, if they look leggy and stretched out, they're suffocating. They need more fresh air. And finally, if you see that nasty green mold, well, I'm sorry to say that batch is a loss. Don't even try to save it. Just learn the lesson and be a little more careful with your pasteurization next time. And now for what might just be the best part of this entire process. After you've gotten a few good harvests from your bucket, whatever you do, do not throw the contents in the trash. That stuff is garden gold. By emptying the spent substrate into your vegetable beds, you create this perfect, sustainable loop. The mycelium acts like a super compost, feeding your soil and your plants, and you'll often get these amazing bonus flushes of mushrooms popping up all season long. It's incredible. And when you finally hold that first heavy cluster of mushrooms in your hands, you'll really appreciate just how powerful and crazy efficient this simple system is. I mean, all of that food from one tiny hole. So now you have it, the complete